Today, we will talk about how to make biochar at home. Let's have a look at the details. Biochar is charcoal that is rich in carbon and made from burning natural materials, such as wood and grass. It is great for your soil and plants, while also being good for the environment. The best part? You can make biochar in your backyard. We'll walk you through a few different methods to make your own small supply of biochar, and you'll be reaping its many benefits in no time. The first method is making biochar in the ground. Collect your biomass and load it into a hole dug in the ground. Biomass is an organic material that can be used as fuel. In this case, your biomass can be dry wood, grass, straw, bracken, bamboo, or anything similar you may have lying around and cluttering up your yard. You can either dig a pit that's roughly rectangular in shape, or you can dig a cone-shaped pit, which will ensure a more controlled burn. If digging a pit to put your biomass in, the hole should be big enough to fit whatever materials you're burning. Set fire to the pile by lighting it from the top. Using a lighter, torch, or even a match, start burning your pile from the very top. You may need to add some newspaper or other dry kindling to get the fire going. Keep adding more biomass as the old stuff burns down. Have more biomass on hand to continue adding to the pile. You want to avoid letting the pile burn down to the point where you're getting an excessive amount of ash being produced. Smother the fire with soil once the smoke turns gray. The smoke will start out white, then turn yellow, and finally a bluish gray. Once you see this gray smoke, smother the fire by covering it with a thin layer of soil. This will help keep out oxygen while still letting the embers burn. Leave your biochar to sit overnight and collect it in the morning. Letting your biochar sit will allow the decomposing process to finish, leaving you with little bits of biochar to dig up in the morning. The biochar will look like blackened pieces of wood or whatever you decided to burn, and will likely be under a pile of ash for you to dig up. Collect the biochar in a bucket or wheelbarrow using a shovel, since it may still be a bit hot, and let it cool before storing it or putting it to use. And the second method is using a fire pit, chiminea, or smoker. Use a fire pit, chiminea, or smoker if you can't burn biomass in a hole in your yard. Gather your biomass. Biomass is any organic material used for fuel, so something like grass, branches, wood chips, and bark can be used to make biochar. Using uniformly sized pieces of wood, such as from a wood chipper, will maximize the amount of biochar produced and decrease the amount of ash. Burn your biomass and continuously add more to the fire. Douse the coals in water to put out the fire. Stop the burning process once your last layer of biomass has burned down to coals by soaking the hot coals in water. Once it's cooled off enough, collect the biochar to either store or use right away. Use personal protective equipment (PPE) when handling biochar. This includes eye protection, long sleeves, long pants, and a respirator, depending on personal health conditions, as well as the amount of biochar dust that is in the air. Put biochar in your garden soil to help your plants. Biochar is very absorbent and can hold lots of nutrients that will increase the soil's fertility and help your plants thrive. You can sprinkle the biochar on top of the soil and wet it or mix it right in with the soil with a tool, such as a tiller or by hand. Store biochar in a cool, dry place away from sunlight. Freshly produced biochar runs the risk of autoignition and can burst into a very hot flame when exposed to air, so store biochar in a bag and make sure it is sealed tightly. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you like our videos.